Hey y'all, so I know it's been a little bit. Yeah, it's winter time, so not a whole lot going on. I am doing some things outside, but not stuff that I really want to bother with recording. Just kind of getting the things done. But I do want to show you something right quick. It's something that I've been working on. I hadn't actually been doing anything actively with it, but that'll make sense in a minute. Hold on. So you guys have seen my rosemary before. This thing is really big. I was gonna get like a bucket or something to sit next to it so you could see how big it is. I don't know the size of these water pails, but anyway, this thing is very, very big. And so let's see. I'm trying to think. It seems like they usually last maybe a couple of years for me. And then I'll get like some really bad like winter storm or something to come through and take them out. And then I end up having to replace them. That hasn't really happened. Like we've had some cold come through, but not enough to do this. And when I say the cold takes it out, like you see all this, what's it called? Like needle casting. I don't know if you would really call it that for rosemary, but that's what they call it with pines, where it's like the needles are just, they brown out and drop like down in the inside. But yeah, so normally when it's something like that, like it'll just drop. All the needles drop off. I don't know if I showed y'all the last time that happened, but it just didn't survive. Well, I don't really know what's going on with this one, why it's doing this, because again, we've had some cold, but not cold enough to damage this plant. And it had already started dropping needles like down in the bottom anyway. So what I think I need to do going forward is try to size control this and not let it get so big. Because I'm thinking about like other woody herbs like lavender, for instance, where it'll get woody, like really woody down at the bottom, and then pretty much just have needles like further out if you're not cutting it back or trimming it in some way to kind of prevent that. So I think I don't think there was necessarily anything wrong with it that made it drop needles like way down in here. So there are like no needles down in these sections. I don't think anything bad happened to it. I think that's just the way it was growing, or just age. Now, aside from that though, there might be something else going on with it. I mean, that doesn't have to do with the inside, but you see like over here, there's still some green over here, but most of this over here has browned out, right? So since it started dying on me, the last couple of years, I've taken cuttings and rooted them so that I would have plants, or at least one plant going into the next year, and that way I wouldn't have to go buy a new one. So this one I think this is one I bought, and this might be going into its second winter, maybe, or I mean it's already winter. This might be its second winter here. And I do remember taking cuttings from this one before, because I had those two small rosemary plants, and I think I just stuck them at the end of the bed in the front yard because I ended up not needing them. I don't think they survived, but it's just not a good spot up there. Like, it's the north side of the house. It doesn't get a lot of sun. But yeah, so I have rooted cuttings from this one before, and I think that was last year. I think that was last winter. I'm pretty certain it was last winter that I did that. Well, I took some cuttings off of this one. I know it's been over a month. I can't say exactly how long it's been, but I did take some cuttings. I would say maybe before this even started looking as bad as it looks right now. Look at it. Let me stand in front of that. See that? I do feel like this might just be the cold. I think that might be the cold. I don't really know though, but regardless, I want to start over anyway, just so I can see if I actually can size control it the way I'm thinking. And I mean, I love how big it gets, and it's so pretty when it's all green. It's really pretty. It's a good size shrub right here. I didn't bring my stand out. I'll go stand beside it and let you see. Let's see. I don't think I have anything out here with height, with, like I said, height. Okay, let's see. You see my green stalk? So if you are familiar with green stalks, then this might be a good representation for you. I'm trying not to step in the grass because I don't have my shoes on. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So there. You see the green stalk? That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 7-tier green stalk on the rotating base. You see how tall that is compared to that? It comes up to the bottom of the 6th tier. So you see, you can't see my shadow. My shadow's not in the right spot. So it's coming up to like right in here on that green stalk. So, I mean, even if you aren't familiar with green stalks, if you wanted to look that up, you could see how tall that is. But yeah, it is big. It's very big, and I love it. I love it. But like I said, like you see, it's not doing well. Also, I probably need to move it, like how it's coming over into the patio right here. I mean, it's not too much of an issue, but you know, kind of like to keep this space clear for whatever I want to do over here. But yeah, I wanted to show you that, and now we're gonna go back in the house. All right, we are back inside, and here are the cuttings. So this is just I think I have vitamins or something in it. This bottle. I'm gonna take this. The tape is up here because these aren't very long cuttings, and I didn't want them to drop all the way down into the water, so the tape was just to kind of keep them from going down too far. All right, let's see. I think all 3 of them might have roots, and if so, I'm gonna, yeah, they do all have roots. This is actually the first time I've taken them out. Like, I have looked at them, like I can see through this part right here, this one little space. I can see that, or I could see that they had roots. But yeah. Look at that. So that's what we're looking at. Trying to decide if I want to go ahead and put those in some soil today. Not going to do it at this exact moment. I'll probably still, I'm going to keep this all as one video. So just scratch all of that. You'll see this whole video whenever I am ready to put them in soil. Sorry, I got doors and stuff open. Somebody just came by with some really loud little truck. But yeah, so that's the next clip you see is when I'm actually putting these in some soil. Okay. Something I do want to say here, I did not use any kind of rooting hormone or root stimulator or anything like that on these. I just took the cuttings, pulled some needles off down the stem, and put them in the water. And I haven't changed the water either. I mean, some people may or may not say may say that you need to do that. I have not done that. All I've been doing is I keep the water level up pretty high because they aren't very long. And I can get water in just in this opening. So I actually hadn't taken the tape off until just then when I took them out for you. But yeah, they've just been in the water, and they've been sitting up here where they're going back to until I am ready to put them in the soil. And that's it. That's all I've done. Cut them, cleaned the stem, stuck them in the water, and they've been sitting here. Can you see in there? Can you see those roots? Yeah, you can see it a little bit. But yeah. All right, I'll be back when it is soil time.